You're listening to the SmackDown RunDown on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Welcome everybody to the SmackDown RunDown here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. Yes, it is I, the one and only Nikolai, and I am joined again for another week with my co-host, Jordan Garber.
How are you doing today, Nick? How is everyone listening here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network doing? And of course, I am ready to talk SmackDown. What about you?
I'm ready as well. SmackDown was, in my opinion, a very enjoyable show and had a strong finish going into this weekend's pay-per-view, the traditional Survivor Series. It is the Thanksgiving pay-per-view of the year, of course, and it, of course, as always, happens the week of or after, but regardless, you can always expect a good show on the traditional and annual Survivor Series pay-per-view. Are you excited, Jordan?
I am excited. Unfortunately, what really sucks is that I work from 5 to 11, so there's going to be no Survivor Series for me. But hopefully I can catch the repeat on the WWE Network or somehow. But yeah, I work 5 to 11, so I can't watch Survivor Series, but hopefully it's a good show. And even though I can't watch it, I'm so excited for it, just because of the fallout which happens on Monday night. And just in general, maybe I'll catch the replay or something. It should be fun to see.
Oh, definitely. It is unfortunate that you have to work during these hours. You should just call in sick. Say, I have a pay-per-view to watch. I can't come in. But no, yeah, it's unfortunate you're going to miss it. But, obviously you can always catch the replay at 11 o'clock Eastern on the WWE Network, or as soon as it's over, give or take 5 minutes or however long it takes, it'll be on demand on the network as well. So definitely a must-see show if you are going to watch Monday Night Raw the next night, because it's definitely something that you're going to want to tune in for. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about Friday night SmackDown for as long as it's going to be on Friday nights for the next couple of months. We had a strong showing that's everything leaded to Survivor Series. Right from the get-go, we had Triple H come out at the top of the show, and Michael Cole was in there as well, interviewing him, I guess, live. Yeah, it was an interview. They mentioned it. And Michael Cole brought up that the WWE Universe loathes him, and they want the authority out of power. And, of course, Triple H stood strong, saying that without the universe, there is no WWE, and without the authority, there is no WWE Universe. So, it's all about legacy and egos here, and Triple H mentioned that out of everybody from the Attitude Era, like Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Rock, he's the one that's the constant, and he's still there.
Well, that's true, but it's funny how Triple H can say that he's the one that's still there, but in 2016, when he's not there, he can't say that anymore. So I always don't like people that say that statement. I'm the one that's still there, but hey, 2 years flies by fast, and before you know it, what if you break your neck and you're out of your career, or you get hurt or something? So I like how Triple H opened the promo, but people saying that as I'm the constant. I know that's now, but in 2 years you're going to laugh back at that because time flies by quick.
Yeah, it does. And a bigger question is he going to remain the constant at this Sunday night? Because we all know by now that if the Team Authority loses at Survivor Series, then the Authority will no longer be in power. But, so, who knows if he will still be the constant there.
But the question is once you, if the Authority wins, everyone is fired.
That's right. Triple H did mention that on SmackDown. He brought out Team Cena, except for the captain, who wasn't there. And he said that if Team Cena loses, everybody, not including Cena, will be fired if the Authority wins. So At least there's some sort of stipulation on both sides that someone is gone, and it's not just one-sided stipulation. So, I mean, I think it's kind of late in the build-up for that to pop up, but it's nice that they have something to make people question who's really going to win, because after a while, it was starting to look one-sided, like, oh yeah, you know this team's going to win, blah, blah, blah. But now that they added that little caveat, it's like, okay, now I'm really intrigued on if they're actually going to win, whatever side you're rooting for, you wonder if they're actually going to win, and is the other side going to actually leave?
Yeah, exactly. I totally know what you mean there in that case, and that's the thing that we're looking forward to for sure in the pay-per-view, is that who's going to win, who's going to lose, and how's the landscape going to affect the WWE.
So at Survivor Series, someone is going to lose either their power, their position, or their job, and on Monday night, we will find out if that actually happens.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the way it's supposed to be, is we're going to figure out who wins, who loses, and how that affects. It's kind of cool to look at, because it's going to see how that affects everything and where it goes from there. Two scenarios have a lot of doors open for them, which is a really cool thing to see.
Right, and you wonder, like, if the Authority does indeed lose, who would be in power? Who would take that leadership role? Will Vince McMahon show up on Monday Night Raw the next night, this Monday, and name a successor? Will he name a new person in power? We all know there's rumors, and because of the man himself who started it, Mick Foley is campaigning to be general manager of Monday Night Raw sometime, at some point. Obviously, he's just campaigning at this point, but who will be the successor to the Authority if they should lose?
Yeah.
These are the questions that come to mind.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you there.
Also, it's like, if Team Cena loses, then that means Dolph Ziggler, Big Show, Ryback, and Eric Rowan all will be fired. Notice I didn't mention Cena, is because they want to, the theory is they want to torture Cena or just wear him down to the point where he wants to quit. They just want to break his resolve. So that's why they wouldn't fire Cena. But like, if Team Cena actually does lose, I mean, we're seeing Dolph Ziggler get some sort of a push, even though he lost his Intercontinental title to Luke Harper on Monday Night Raw. We're seeing Ryback get this big push again. Big Show, he has longevity there. He's always a lifer. And then you got Eric Rowan, who's starting to make his singles career.
Which is interesting to see. Like, he's doing a really good job for himself, Eric Rowan. Like, I saw his match against Cesaro. I don't know if we're sidetracking, but he put on, like, I can't believe they jobbed Cesaro against Rowan. Like, that was crazy.
Well, I still think they job Cesaro every single week, but that's just another rant for another day. But yeah, it's like Monday is really going to be the interesting day. I mean, you got to look at Sunday's Survivor Series pay-per-view and who will win, who will lose, and then on Monday you got to figure out. You have to tune in and figure out: are they actually gone? Are the Authority actually gone? Are Team Cena actually gone? It just really makes you scratch your head and ask these kind of questions, which is intriguing, and it makes for good stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Water cooler talk on Monday and Tuesday mornings, basically.
Exactly, water cooler talk, and of course, water cooler talk's pretty boring. So, well, I don't know. I don't even know the definition of that. Water cooler talk. What is that?
Well, it's basically a term where people are watching. Like, the mass generalization of the public or population would watch a, popular TV show, and then they go to work the next day and talk about it at the water cooler.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you mean. So, like, say, the Bengals beat, I don't know, your Patriots, don't get mad. And I have to go to work the next day. Well, there's probably not even a water cooler at my work, but, if I'm worked at an office,
like a water cooler or a break room.
They're going to talk about what happened during that day. They're going to talk about, this is what happened last night. The Bengals beat the Patriots 54-0, and everyone talks about it, right?
Yeah, it was. Think of it like if people were watching Thursday Night Football and the Oakland Raiders got their first win of the season over the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it was. I'm drawing a blank on it, but basically the main story is the Oakland Raiders, who came in 0-10 to Thursday Night Football before the game, finally won their first game, and the quarterback won his first NFL career game. That's something that people would talk about Friday, the next day, and talk about at the water cooler or at their workstation or at the break room. Like, oh, did you see what happened last night? So-and-so did this, or this such and such happened. That's what I mean by water cooler talk. You know, people on Monday morning are going to talk about, oh, did you see Team Authority or Team Cena won? That means, you know, the other side has to leave. And then you go to Monday night, and there's going to be some new developments that happen. So then Tuesday morning, you're going to have the same water cooler talk, except about what happened on Monday night. So that's what I mean by Monday and Tuesday. There's going to be definitely some interesting things to talk about the next day, because this is a big, major scenario that's happening this weekend.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, getting back on SmackDown, because I really want to talk about this as briefly, quickly as possible. We had Rusev getting a decisive win over Dolph Ziggler after, you know, he got hit with the zigzag, but Ziggler was too slow to make the cover, so Rusev recovered, kicked out, hit a super kick, and won. Then after the match, locks in the Accolade submission and showing his dominance and being unpinned and unsubmitted, non-submitted, doesn't tap out, has never been pinned, keeping that streak alive. So it was a fairly decent match to start the show with matches.
How long has the streak been going on for Rusev? Has it been like 4 months now?
Well, he debuted the night after WrestleMania, I think.
We debuted at the Royal Rumble, so technically, but he's never been pinned or submitted.
In singles competition, he's been on Raw since the night after WrestleMania. But yeah, he did make his televised debut at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I know that. So I guess after WrestleMania, so that's April, May, June, July, August, September, October. He's been undefeated for 7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
That's for some reason I thought he had that match against Zack Ryder in July, but that's...
Well, he's had a couple matches with Zack Ryder, but his main storylines, his main feuds were with Jack Swagger over the summer, especially around the 4th of July. You know, that's where he had his feud with Jack Swagger.
And now they're friends again on the Authority. That makes no sense. 2 weeks later, now they're on the same team.
Right, Mark Henry and everything. And then, you know, you have add the Big Show in there and everything. So, yeah, it's like so quick that Mark Henry's all of a sudden on the same side as Rusev. But, you know, storyline purposes, we're not supposed to remember that.
Exactly.
WWE logic, that's how it is. Kane spoke to Cesaro backstage and said that his support for the Authority has not gone unnoticed, even though I think Cesaro should be on Team Authority. Anyways, he wanted Cesaro to slaughter the lamb that is Eric Rowan. And he did not do that. Eric Rowan, this was like just a back and forth fight. You know, just really no one getting the upper hand until Eric Rowan puts him in the torture rack for the submission.
And yeah, for sure. And that was kind of shocking when you saw that happen. It was like, wow, I guess Eric Rowan, hopefully he gets that singles push, but hopefully it's not one of those singles pushes that like last a month and then now he's back to jobber status.
Yeah, I don't know how Eric Rowan's solo career is going to go. I mean, this is his first singles match since being apart from the Wyatt family. So, you know, before he's had singles matches, but with Luke Harper by his side, or Harper and Bray Wyatt, or just Bray Wyatt. But this is the first time he's actually been alone, and I don't know. It's hard to gauge the reaction that he will get at this point. It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early. So I don't know what the hell he's wearing. He looks like he's Doctor Who or somewhere like some doctor's uniform with the beard. He's not the greatest looking person, to be honest with you. And I don't know that whatever he's wearing I guess it fits the gimmick, I guess, but I don't like that little outfit he's wearing there.
Well, I do like that he changed the color. I mean, he was wearing the green while he was with the Wyatt family, but now he's wearing the blue. So, I mean, I guess one can appreciate the color change, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, that's the only difference that there really is from then and now.
Yeah, exactly. And,
So
exactly what it is.
I can see your point though on how it's like is not like the greatest
boring,
thing. Yeah.
And I know I'm not here to like focus on fashion and for wrestlers because I'm not into that stuff. But like I'm just saying in general, it's a very generic costume that he's wearing in the ring. It's like why don't I go to my doctor's practice? Why don't I go to a doctor's practice, steal a whole outfit, and just wear it to the ring? Like that's exactly what he did. He probably stole it from some doctor, and I have no idea. He looks like some doctor or whatever. It's crazy.
But at this point, you can pretty much count it up 1-1. You know, that's 0.1 for Team Authority with Rusev, 0.1 for Team Cena with Eric Rowan getting the win. And then we had the main event of SmackDown, which was Seth Rollins and Kane versus Big Show and Ryback. Right before this match started, the ring announcer, Eden, said that she made the announcement that Ziggler and Rowan were banned from ringside, so they weren't able to come out and help Ryback and Big Show. And of course, you already know that at that point, Triple H, Mark Henry, Luke Harper, and Rusev all come out to the ring and just stand at ringside. And that leads to a DQ finish when they all jump Big Show. Oh, excuse me. They all jump Ryback. And also J&J Security, you know, Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury were out there as well.
Is that what they call it now, J&J Security?
Well, you know how WWE listens to the SmackDown Rundown. I had called them that like long time ago when they first started showing up, and I've been calling them J&J Security.
Well,
so
I guess
they call them that now. They actually do call them that.
That is amazing. That proves that the WWE is listening to the SmackDown Rundown. Of course, the WWE is listening. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I've probably done stuff that people in WWE have listened to, like probably from my past, and probably from now. They're probably listening to the SmackDown Rundown as well. So I guess the point stating is maybe we're not strangers to the WWE corporate center.
Hey, you never know, especially when you plug the WWE network as much as we do. I'm sure they appreciate that, and they're taking our ideas, even though they don't want to acknowledge it, which I'm sure they want to. But right. Anyways, this all ended with a huge melee. It was basically 8-on-2 because you had Triple H, Mark Henry, Luke Harper, Rusev, Kane, Seth Rollins, Joey Mercury, and Jamie Noble all attacking Big Show and Ryback. And once the match was over, that allows Ziggler and Eric Rowan to come down to the ring. But it was still ended up being 8-on-4. I mean, we saw the choke slam, the discus clothesline, the world's strongest slam, and curb stomps. And to top it all off, Triple H was hitting everybody with a steel chair, just going off on them, just walloping them over and over with a steel chair. And then finally he gives Ryback a sick pedigree. The Authority is not playing.
They're not playing around, that's for sure, I guess. It's kind of funny how you look at it. They're not playing around, but all he got is his face slammed into the mat. So, we're going to find out what happens at Survivor Series, and we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to really look forward to the outcome of the Survivor Series pay-per-view and what happens during it, because I'm looking forward to the main event, because you guys listening, you guys have to understand that the loser of the match, well, that makes no sense. If the Authority loses, they're done, but if the Authority wins, Team Cena, except for John Cena, which makes completely no sense to me, is fired.
Well, we shall see how it's all going to go down this Sunday. Other bits from SmackDown that we kind of skipped over, but, you know, because we had to keep the same theme going. We saw Los Matadores versus Damien Mizdow and The Miz And Los Matadores got the win after some pretty goofy shenanigans outside the ring.
Yes, they
Wow.
did, and I'm looking forward to I kind of want to go all the way to the Survivor Series preview of the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. It's going to be a good matchup, and kind of in order of elimination. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, just for my hopes, I hope that the Miz and Mizdow are eliminated first. But actually, you know what? It's not elimination style. Now that I think about it, I think they said on commentary that it's Fatal 4-Way rules, so
Yep.
first pin wins.
That's what I mean, but who do you think, like, I was kind of, like, estimating, like, what team would be put out for, like, what team do you not see winning it, and then we go to the winner?
Oh, you mean process of elimination? Okay.
Yeah, process of elimination.
Gotcha. Well, I would eliminate, process of elimination. I would say Miz and Mizdow will not win the titles, just for the sake of...
The Miz does not need another title. That's ridiculous. He just won the Intercontinental title, and if they make him win the tag team titles, then that's ridiculous.
Like, the only way I would want that team to win is to say that Damien Sandow has been champion in WWE, which they kind of missed the boat when he was back with Cody Rhodes as Rhodes Scholars, but, I've already made that rant before. But that's not enough to warrant him winning the title now. I would always want the Usos to win the titles back, but I don't think they're going to, at least not tonight. Not at Survivor Series. So that leaves Golden Stardust with Los Matadores, and I know it's kind of weird that I'm putting those two in the last columns, but I don't know. I think the Cosmic Dust Brothers are going to retain the titles here. I just see that
so as well. I can't see the two bull fighters winning the tag team champion. I just cannot picture that. I'm sorry.
I mean, for those who don't know, they actually are former tag team champions, but that was back with
Sumo and Epico.
That's right. So, I mean, it's not far-fetched for them to win the titles again. And the fact that they're in this tag team title match should say something that their company actually likes them enough to put them in that spot. But then again, what other tag teams are there these days?
Yeah, exactly. What other tag teams are there in the WWE? And we're not talking about the Sons of Anarchy tag team in CWE. We're talking about the WWE tag teams. So, all due shout out of Mike Mission and Big Cliff Corleone's listening. Shout out, what's up, guys? But point is that the WWE is home of the best tag teams in the world, and there's not really much going on in the tag team division for WWE nowadays.
No, as a matter of fact, there's more intrigue in the NXT tag team division because, you have the Ascension who are still like PO'd about losing the titles. You got the Vaudevillains who are challenging the NXT tag team champions, the Lucha Dragons, which are Sin Cara and Kalisto.
Kalisto, yeah.
And you also have damn, I'm blanking out, and this shouldn't happen. Oh, yeah, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy.
Oh, God. Really? Them? They're challenging for the tag team titles?
No, they're just, I'm just listing off NXT tag teams.
Oh, okay.
And, but, you can barely say that for WWE main roster. Like, the main tag teams that are in there now are in this match.
Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow's Sunday. I thought today was Sunday. So I do get to catch Survivor Series. I got my days messed up. I thought today was Sunday. So I know this is random, but in the good news, I do get to watch Survivor Series. So that makes me happy.
That's awesome. That's great that you can catch it as it airs live on the WWE Network, which
for only $9.99.
$9.99 a month, but if you're a new subscriber, it is for free. The first free WWE pay-per-view, so you might want to take advantage of that.
But like you guys said, I'm going to do it again. $9.99 is awesome, but it's free for November, so all you're saving is a bag of Party Mix and Mountain Dew. But if you get it for free, you do still save $10, and plus you get to catch Survivor Series, plus everything else. Jordan Garber Live, no, I'm just kidding, that's not on the WWE Network, I wish. You get to catch all the programs featuring Wrestling World 247 interviewees like Rhinos, the Kid Cashes, the Vance Archers, among many others. And, of course, pick a pay-per-view. Say I want to watch New Year's Revolution 2006. I can now, thanks to the WWE Network. Hopefully it happens in Canada when I get it, and I can watch all my pay-per-view content. But, yeah, get the WWE Network, because it's actually a cool, innovative thing in professional wrestling.
And it's only free for another 8 or 9 days, depending on when you're listening to this show. You know, it's basically a week left for watching it for free.
And remember, when you save that $10, you get free Party Mix and Mountain Dew if you buy it, because you're saving yourself $10.
And I don't mean 8 or 9. I meant like 6 or 7. Like I said, depending on when you're listening to this, or you know, if it's on the weekend before Survivor Series. But you know, just to bring home the point, this is going to be well worth the free price, in my opinion, for this pay-per-view. But getting back to SmackDown, like I said, Los Matadores won. Miz got thrown into the Usos, who were at ringside. So Sandow, being the ever so committed stunt double, throws himself into Golden Stardust, who were sitting on the opposite side of the announce table. And I thought that was just special. Damien Mizdow is putting his all into this character, and he's getting cheers for it too.
He is getting cheers for it, indeed. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the future with this tag team. I like where this is going.
Now, getting into Divas action, we saw Brie Bella versus AJ Bella. And I say that because if you saw Monday Night Raw, Brie Bella came out dressed as AJ Lee. And so on SmackDown, AJ comes out dressed as Nikki Bella, complete with padding in the upper and lower regions where necessary.
Exactly, for sure. And I liked how, you know what I noticed, what AJ Lee did?
What's that?
She put pads on her ass and she put pads throughout her whole attire. Why would you do that? Like,
obviously she was mocking Nikki Bella and her implants that she's gotten that everybody hasn't noticed.
I've noticed, obviously. I think everyone's noticed. But,
oh, yeah. We've all noticed, including AJ, which is why she did it.
All right, because I was like, at first I thought, like, I was saying dad ass, but, like, it's just padding, so it's like, oh, that's too bad. It looked like she prided herself or something.
She's been doing her squats.
She's been doing her squats or something. Like, I don't know. I don't like the pads. She should have just wore the attire for the attire, because the socks she had on matched, and then the whole attire, I thought that would have worked just fine, but I guess you need foam pads. It was funny, though. She hit Brie. Who's she facing? Brie, right? I think she was facing Brie. And yes. She hit Brie in the face with the breast implants. So, I don't know if I'm watching Girls Gone Wild version 2 or if I'm watching SmackDown.
Girls Gone Wild on SmackDown, which is basically what this was. AJ shoves Brie into Nikki Bella, who was on the apron, rolls her up, gets the 3 count. AJ Lee is on a roll towards Survivor Series. How do you feel about the AJ versus Bella feud and how it'll go down at Survivor Series?
Well, I heard rumors that AJ's going to be leaving the WWE after Survivor Series. Heard rumors about that. Don't know if it's true.
I heard those rumors too, and then I heard a story saying that it was AJ Lee is actually scheduled for the next month, and including next month's TLC pay-per-view. So it's a flip of the coin. You know, is she leaving? Is she not? Is she dropping the title? You know,
I just wish some wrestlers would shut up because, like, there's rumors going on. You should just keep it quiet. That's something I don't do, but I've never had a history of keeping quiet sometimes. But AJ Lee, it's just sometimes that's the backstage. Everyone, TMZ and all those news sites, including us, are trying to get the inside scoop. So yeah, it should be a good match to see. I'm gonna think Nikki's gonna win this match, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the first time Nikki Bella has had a lot of attention, especially since after SummerSlam, where she turned on Brie, and not only but the Total Divas show and everything. I just think that, you know, Nikki Bella, she is a former Divas champion, but it was only for 6 days.
It was only for 6 days included. At least it wasn't as short as Jillian's reign.
Oh, yeah. Which was only for about, 6 minutes?
What happened there? She won it, and I think Maurice beat her, didn't she?
I think, no, she won it, and then Melina won it, made her return and won it right there.
WWE. At least Jillian could say she's a former Divas champion.
Exactly. I mean, you can't take that away from her.
Reign.
Yep, it does. Can't take that away from her.
Some say that Jillian was the greatest Divas champion of all time. Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't even think Jillian says that.
I know, I'm just kidding around. But I wonder, I'd never really heard much about her nowadays, so I wonder what she's up to. So, making more great songs for us to enjoy.
Exactly, which you can catch on the WWE
It's
Network.
funny, because she actually had an actual selling Christmas album.
I know. It's crazy, right? Wow.
And I bought it, and I'm just kidding. I don't really care. Julian's awesome. But yeah, I think we went over everything, but I'll let you finish it up, and yeah.
Well, there is one other thing that, there's actually a couple other things. Since we were talking about the Divas, there is a new match that was added to Survivor Series. It was added during main event, which we got the announcement. It's going to be another traditional Survivor Series match. It will be Alicia Fox, Natalya, Emma, and Naomi taking on the team of Paige, Summer Rae, Layla, and Cameron. This will be a traditional Survivor Series Divas match.
Oh, is there really a Divas match now on Survivor Series?
Yeah, there's going to be 2 of them.
It's, announced on SmackDown. Oh,
no, they announced it on main event earlier this week.
Ah, that's why I didn't catch it, because I was saying that. I was wondering, what? But now they got it on, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of that. And of course, you're having 10 women wrestle in a wrestling ring. Not too bad of a deal there. You're pretty much getting more than your money's worth by watching that. So there you go.
Yeah, hopefully this is gonna be a 4-on-4 Divas Survivor Series match. Hopefully this goes better than the 7-on-7 that we got last year, which I was there for. I was there for that one live.
I kind of remember that one. I don't remember it too well though.
Yeah, I was there for last year's Survivor Series. I was at the event, and it was all Total Divas versus the other half of the roster. But hopefully this one goes a little better. I mean, I think you got the better ones in there, except for Cameron, but she's gotten better herself anyways. But I mean, you have Alicia Fox, like a pure athlete, Natalya, everybody knows she's a thoroughbred, Naomi, probably the best athletic diva on the roster, and then you got Emma, who's just very technical with her work and making her Survivor Series debut, along with the other side, Paige, making her Survivor Series debut, Summer Rae, Layla, and Cameron. There's many feuds involved here, so I think this works out well.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it's funny that you brought up that fact. Sorry, I kind of sound a little loopy. I just got a big headache here. I'm trying to follow along, but you brought up, if you look back in the Angry Marks history books, that you went to Money in the Bank, and that was a day after I made my debut on this network, which is a fast fact.
That's an awesome trivia fact I was not aware of, but it's always good to have your knowledge, research, and trivia for this show, because you never know when we might break it out every now and then.
That'd be cool to do like a WWE trivia segment. That'd be cool if anyone's listening. As a matter of fact, who was the first United States champion? Don't go on Google, don't be idiots. Who was the first WWE, in the WWE era, United States champion? Tweet your answers on my Twitter at Jordan J. Garber. If you have me on Facebook, shoot me a message with your answer. And the answer will get, the answer will get 2 minutes of time on Wrestling World 247, so there you go.
Hey, there you go. I mean, that should be
2
a
minutes of golden time with Garber on Wrestling World 247. So send in your tweets, send in your Facebooks. Who is the first WWE era United States champion? And yeah, if I even get anything, send in your tweets and get involved.
Well, I certainly know the answer, but I will not spill the beans here on this show. But speaking of tweets, there was one more hashtag that there was on SmackDown, and that was hashtag Survival Kit, because Dean Ambrose wanted to tell us a story about how he is a survivor. He told us how his mother gave him $20 to go buy a pack of cigarettes. He got jumped for his money. The bullies beat him up. He went home empty-handed. His mom asked what happened. He said he got attacked. So his mother gave him some brass knuckles and said, "Don't let it happen again." He is a survivor.
That was a good promo for sure. And that pretty much results in pretty much everyday life, for sure, for some people. If you're living in Camden, New Jersey, I don't know if you're close to Camden, New Jersey. If you're living in Camden, New Jersey, and you want to go to the grocery store to get some milk, and you're gonna walk by, you're gonna find yourself in trouble because it's one of the most violent places in the United States. So if you're in Camden, New Jersey, always wear a pair of brass knuckles if you're going through the hood. And you got to understand that in some cities, some are safe, some are not. And that promo that Dean Ambrose brought up was amazing because Dean Ambrose's past. He didn't grow up the greatest way. He kind of grew up in the ghetto. He kind of learned that way. And the promo was really inspiring to me. What did you think of it?
As a promo, I thought it was good, and he drove the point home that he's had problems with his dad being away in jail, or whatever the story is that they're giving out. But as a segment, I was very underwhelmed. I was expecting something like Ambrose has done in the past. He had a table out with Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase at one time, and another time he had a bag of merchandise that he was just throwing into the crowd. So when I heard that Dean Ambrose is going to have a survival kit segment on SmackDown, I was expecting a table full of goodies. And it was nothing. Even when he talked about the brass knuckles, he didn't even have a pair on him. So I thought it was underwhelming. And then you had a promo from Bray Wyatt, which is always amazing. He always has great promos. But, I thought that we were going to see Wyatt on the stage and maybe taunt him some more, but he was backstage behind bars just to continue talking about how his dad is in a cell. He said, "Is this how you remember him? Locked inside a cage like an animal? Do you remember me? Do you remember him? Does he look like an animal? But I'm going to leave this cell. I'm going to leave you drowning in a pool of your own filth just like Daddy did." And
that's a good way to get heat. Cheap heat.
It was a very good way to get heat. Like I said, as promos, they were good. As a segment, it was not what I had expected.
Oh, exactly. I totally agree with you.
It's a good feud, and I'm very much looking forward to the match at Survivor Series, regardless.
I know it should be a great match. I'm looking forward to it, and I guess everyone who watches WWE is looking forward to it, and of course everyone on Angry Marks is looking forward to it. I think that might be a candidate of match of the night. It's going to be a good match.
Oh, definitely. It's one of my most anticipated matches to watch, and I really have no prediction on who would win this at all. So this is one of those where I just this is going to be a good match between two wrestlers. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it.
Exactly.
So that's pretty much everything from SmackDown. We broke down everything that's going to happen for Survivor Series or before it. We broke down the whole Team Cena, Team Authority, the Ambrose and Wyatt, the Divas title match, the Divas Survivor Series match, did I mention Ambrose and Wyatt? I think I did. And the tag team Fatal 4-Way title match. Now the pre-show, the kickoff is, again, it's an hour long, which I guess they're doing now. You got Paul Heyman is going to be there. Bad News Barrett will make an appearance there. And also, Fandango and Rosa Mendes are going to make an appearance as well. So,
that's not the biggest announcement, but it's a kickoff show and it's free, so check it out.
And proof that WWE listens to the SmackDown Rundown. Didn't we talk about Fandango on last week's episode?
Did they?
No, we did. Didn't we talk about it on the SmackDown Rundown last week, where we asked where has Fandango been?
And they said it too. Wow, they're listening. They're listening right now. I hope they don't listen to this specific episode because I have a headache and I'm not making a lot of sense sometimes. But I hope they listen to the past episodes of the SmackDown Rundown because, and it pretty much proves that they are listening, of course. So, hey guys, what's up?
So that's gonna do it. looking forward to Survivor Series and the Monday Night Raw after, because there's major storyline that's going on with the main event. And yeah, I can't wait to see what direction they're going to go in after that.
I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
So that's going to do it for all of SmackDown and for Survivor Series talk. Is there anything else you want to bring up before we end this?
Well, of course, I'd like to put in my few occasional plugs. I might miss out on one. I don't know. My head is throbbing right now. But you guys can, of course, follow me on Twitter at Jordan J. Garber. If you have me on Facebook, then that's awesome. You can have me on there. Wrestling World 247, if you want to listen to most of the interviews I've done in the past, that's the place to go. JGW is on AngryMarks.com. A new episode was up to this morning. Actually, it was up today, sorry, with the Masterpiece Chris Masters, who's probably been mentioned on the SmackDown Rundown before if you go way back. So that's good to see. Chris Masters' interview is up there. It's a quick 5-minute interview, so that's pretty fun. And I do Thursday Night AMP with the creator of AngryMarks.com, Stevie J, so that's good to see as well. So check out Thursday Night AMP. There's an interview we did on there with Paul O'Brien, so that's really interesting. And just, follow me on Twitter, Jordan J. Garber, and stay tuned with updates on name Jordan Garber. I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed. So keep an eye out, keep an ear out, and all that other appendages. Keep them all out ready to get all the newest updates from Jordan Garber and or AngryMarks.com. Hopefully the and part, but AngryMarks.com here for your wrestling and mixed martial arts needs. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the SmackDown Rundown. For producer Killer Kev, for my co-host Jordan Garber, this is Nikolai telling you enjoy Survivor Series, and we'll see you next time.